Hey everybody, welcome back to Sikora Success. Today we have Mark Laratta on, newer agent in the game, newer agent on our team. You've been with us for, I guess, maybe a month or 45 days at this point now, right?
Yeah. Joined actually this, January 1st. So very new.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, less than a month. So welcome to the party. Welcome to the
Thank you.
jungle. And what made you get into real estate? What were you doing before that?
So actually, funny story. There's actually a bunch of reasons why I joined real estate, but just back forward or back back in college, I lived in an off-campus house, and we were let go for winter break, and I forgot something at my house, and it was only an hour away at school. So I went back. I walk in the front door. It's 20 degrees, and I hear running water, and I immediately knew something was wrong. So I go downstairs, and there's no power in the house. And I walk in the basement, and there's like a foot of water, and I'm like, oh my, like what the hell is going on? And I FaceTime my roommate, and he's like, "Oh, see if the heat's on." The heat went, the pipes burst. Long story short, I right then and there, there's water pouring all over me. I realize I have no idea like how houses work at all, and I'm like almost 20 years old. I'm like, this is kind of embarrassing. So then after college, I ended up becoming an accountant. Moved to Philly. I'm doing the 9 to 5, and I'm sitting there and I'm realizing like, am I about to do this like the rest of my life? Like this is not me. I'm a very talkative person. I don't like to just sit at a desk and just do nothing for 8 hours, and crunch numbers. So I remember I was looking at Facebook and I see a bunch of ads for like gurus for like wholesaling. And I was
Yep.
like, oh, like I kind of like fell for it a little bit. I didn't buy anything, but I was like, this is interesting. Like I could definitely use 10 grand a month, like what they were trying to sell.
Yep.
So I was like, this is interesting. Like maybe let me check out the real estate industry. And then COVID actually hit in 2019, or it was in 2020. I don't even remember, but
2020.
yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Like, let me give this real estate a go because I got furloughed. So I took the course, and then I ended up getting my job back for real estate or for accounting, and then uh, I took so kind of took a turn. I didn't end up doing the real estate, and then eventually I ended up once I got fully laid off, I ended up transitioning into real estate, and I started in September. I started with EXP in 2022, and I've loved it since.
So yeah, so you're yeah, I feel like you're newer to the game on that side of things. You came through also too the joys of renting and being a tenant. When your pipes burst in your basement, don't go down there and get soaking wet. Call your landlord. It's their
Yeah, I learned
problem.
I actually, dude, it was actually New Year's Eve. I went there to get like a speaker, and I felt terrible. I called my landlord. He's like I think it was 45 minutes away at like a dinner with his family, and he
Oh,
ended up having to come and shut the water off and everything. It was a mess.
yeah, it's a it the joys of owning real. That's the bad side of owning real estate is when things
Yeah,
like that
I guess it was good. I experienced it early on.
No, totally. Definitely. Cool. So then, yeah, got the real estate license, got into the game. You came on to, I think you were licensed maybe like September. Was it September that you actually got
Yeah, I
licensed?
was licensed.
2022
I was with a
or
different
2021?
brokerage, and then I made the transition to EXP. Thanks to my mentor, Dustin, who recruited me over. Yep, I'm very thankful.
Shout out to Dustin. So,
Yep, shout out
so
to
since
Dustin.
you've gotten your real estate license, has any struggles along the way? Has it been a piece of cake for you or smooth sailing?
How much time do we have? Definitely, definitely had some struggles. I mean, for me, it was mainly just stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm still working on that now. Definitely a lot better these past couple months, but for like pretty much my whole life, like honestly, right up until this interview, it kind of made me realize that I've always in my life I had a bunch of like a structure.
Right.
Like when I grew up, I was go to school, played sports, went to practice, ate, and then repeat. And then when I got thrown into like the real world, I didn't really know what the hell was going on.
Yep.
And for real estate, you kind of make your own schedule in a way. So adapting to that was definitely a struggle for me. Taking the extra step and doing the extra work to get the prog or to get the production is definitely something that I'm still working on. I'm recently starting a cold call, which I would never imagine myself doing ever.
Yep.
That's interesting for me. But yeah, I think the struggle is definitely just for me. I like to learn right away, and like I'm like a very hands-on person. So the struggle with that is you kind of sometimes you don't really know what you're doing at certain points, but that's the way I like to learn. It's kind of just
Yeah.
throw myself out there.
No, that's awesome, man. And that really is, that's what it's all about. It's like staying in that uncomfortable space as much as you can, the
Exactly.
longer you live in it, with structure, with creating your own schedule, because you're not in a world where anybody's going to be next to you all day saying you got to do this, now you got to do this, or you get fired. It's like that discipline that comes into it, and doing a little bit every single day that adds up to the success on that side of things. So now, you're officially part of our group. What's the plan? What's the goal? Where are you going with this whole, how many homes are you going to sell this year?
That's definitely something I've been thinking about. I've been just I've been starting off with buyers, but
Yep.
long term, especially with how everything is just going into a bidding war, I want to start getting listings. That
Mm-hmm.
way I could pretty much solidify a deal. So my goal for right now is to get one listing every month.
Awesome.
So 12 listings. And then I don't really have a number on how many houses, but I just want to do the best I can. And I want to keep growing from that and just learning each step of the way.
Cool. Well, we'll definitely get you to 16's our standard. So we're going to get you up over that. That's
Good.
that's a given. It's easy to do, especially with your market. So tell everybody you're Western Morris County right now, right? And you're kind of
Ye-
covering that whole area.
Yeah. So I've been doing Morris County, Sussex County, and a little bit of Warren because we kind of border right there.
Yep. Cool. And and then like, what's a good way for people to reach out to you if they were, looking to buy or sell in that area?
So I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. My number. I have a pretty good word of mouth for my marketing. My family's really good at that. They definitely like to promote me. So I've been getting a lot of friends and family reaching out to me. But honestly, my email, anything, I answer. I'm pretty good with my phone.
Cool. And and what would you say, I know you haven't been in it too long, but have you experienced anything that you would say like would be an actionable takeaway for a newer agent or for an experienced agent?
Yeah, for me, like coming on and not really knowing anything or anyone in the industry, definitely something I've learned that has helped me tremendously is whenever someone like a coworker, another agent, broker, whatever, reaches out to you and asks you to do something, just do it, and you'll learn so much from it. I remember when it was like my first week, I got an email like, "Oh, you're scheduled to do an open house this weekend," and I had no idea what that even like entailed. And like old me would have been like made up an excuse and just like kind of got out of it. But I've just been throwing myself into the wind, and
Yep.
that's definitely made me learn so much more. Even especially the things that I don't want to do, I realize that I learn the most from. So whenever an agent texts me, "Oh, can you cover the showing?" I'll say yes, unless there's a
Yep.
conflict. But definitely just say yes to everything. Learn as much as you can, and then later on the road, then you'll have your then you could start making decisions based on off that.
Cool. No, I appreciate that, man. And thanks a lot for coming on. If anybody has any questions looking to buy or sell in the areas that Mark mentioned, definitely give them a shout. And also too, if you're a newer agent that's struggling to get where you want to go, or you're an experienced agent that's hit a plateau, definitely give Mark a shout. He'll get you a meeting with me, and we'll go from there. So Mark, appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, Brett.